Hey everyone, it's Dominator here. Just going to go over the weekly competition here on this US Midwest course. At the start, you're going to want to keep as right as possible. If you can see, there is a DS just in front of that green Mercedes, and it's going to cause us some problems because one of these either the green or that DS is going to try and come in, and he's going to hit you, and that will cut your speed from the start, and at that point you're almost screwed. So we're going to want to stay as far right as possible to try and just kind of keep the AI away from us. Now you're also going to be careful because another one of these AI is going to try, or will go crash into the two parked vehicles. And so now there will be obstacles on the road. So this is usually best if you're further right than where I currently am sitting. But you have to keep an eye out for this. I can't tell you the amount of times that I've tried this track because there are so many ways for you to lose speed and lose time that the AI has crashed into these cars. It's almost like 90% hit rate on this track and in this competition. So you got to be mindful of that. Also, you're going to want to stay on this road section here because if you get onto the shoulder side, you will also slow down. So manage to just squeeze in. Now here's that DS again, and you can see here he's going to cut into me. So it did kill my speed. I should have been more to the right and then swung in left on this corner. I haven't used my nitro yet until here, and so I've collected all my nitro, so I'll have the nitro from the start and a perfect run by now. And here I'll use it all to try and pick up as much speed as possible and pick up the yellow bottle. Here, blue nitro. Do my best to have my speed at the top end of my range, so about 329-ish or more, before I start the wall ride. And the wall ride should maintain my speed through. If you can swing back out and pick up that blue bottle, all the best to you. What I found is that it runs the risk of making you slow down because with the poor handling on the car, you are going to have to go back and forth and you're going to be losing speed anyway. Just try and maintain a good line unless you come off that wall really well. Here I am just tapping the joystick really repeatedly, quickly, to try and maintain my top speed at 329 here. We're going to do the barrel roll jump. Going to be an orange nitro. And here I have the nitro off because I am drifting without the acceleration on, so that I build up my shockwave so that I can hit this with shockwave and maximize my airtime. Through here I'm going to want to go a little bit more right and then swing in left, and I'm in a yellow nitro state. The reason I'm doing this is so that by taking this corner in the yellow nitro and wide, when I swing in and cut in, I'm still above, or I'm still almost at max speed. Through here, not much to say, just use nitro when we had it for the jump. So the nitro I collected on the jump, I did stop it a little bit soon of the rotation so that I could begin to manage that nitro and preserve it so that when I do this corner, I could build up to shockwave a lot faster. I also like to go in tighter through here so that I can let go quicker, and that way I can get going on accelerating again even without nitro. I did use the shockwave there. Two options. One, you can use the shockwave there to get yourself up to speed, keeping a little bit of it so that you can get into an orange nitro state on this jump, or you can just leave it and go into a yellow nitro state, hit the jump in an orange state, and as you're rotating, stop the nitro, fill to shockwave, and then shockwave it. Two options. I haven't necessarily found one to be better than the other. Oh, nuts. Okay, never mind, we're good. Okay, here we're, oh, nuts. Oh, pants, come on. So back there, basically, coming around the bend, yes, I am drifting without acceleration on, and trying not to hit the wall really, because you hit the wall and you're going to lose a lot of speed. So your other option too is if you take that barrel roll jump that sends us flying into the air, you could also cross over from right to left, and then when you approach that side, you could wall ride it. And that way it will help you to preserve most of your speed. And then when you're taking the right, as you're coming out of that right hand bend and you go either to the split, you either go down or you go up over the bridge. I prefer to go down and to use some nitro there so that you can maximize some of the airtime. But the trucks that are parked on the side, I like to get close to them so that you can pick up the near miss nitro. And then when I drop down, there is a car parked on the left, and I do try to get as close to that as possible to pick up that near miss and have a little bit more nitro too. Now, this section here, I should have started my drift sooner than I did. Probably, yeah, a few seconds back. The idea here is to not go for the nitro bottle. The nitro bottle, unless you are basically in a balloon nitro state, is just going to slow you down, and there won't be much that will, it's going to be a null effect. The nitro that you're going to use isn't going to get you back up to speed that you've lost because of this dirt. So the idea is to drift through here so that basically you just get on the road and you drift right along the road perfectly. I did that in my actual run. I did not do it on this practice run. Basically, I should be 2 lanes over. Basically, I should be on the double yellow line on my drift so that I can then release the drift, and I'll basically be set up to go straight for the jump and cutting close to the red-white barriers. I'm going to hit this one here. That's going to send me back to the other side. It's going to slow me down. Anyway, either which way, you want to take that jump, get the yellow nitro bottle, and through you go. Okay, so that had some complications in it, but we basically got through it all right. Let's just do a quick run for all those other things that messed up. Again, watch out for the AI. 1, crashing into you, and 2, hitting those cars. Blue nitro state to wall ride. I don't recommend that jump. You will most likely crash. Here we're going to just build up our nitro, get it to shockwave, and then shockwave over this jump. Going to go a little bit right to left in a yellow nitro state, preserving my speed and getting onto the road so that I don't lose any speed. I'm going to get back up to top speed and then move in. I did find, I guess I'll mention, I did find that by trying to stay left, I tended to drop into the 290s, whereas if I kept going straight, I was able to maintain my 300s. So that's one of the reasons why I did not go to the left, but I kept to the right. Just seems that the more you try and force the car, again, the more you're going to lose in speed. Best bet here would have been to just save the shockwave and take that jump. Okay, so this is what I was talking about here. If you get past these posts, that is where you can start the wall ride. Otherwise, there is a spot along this section that jettisons out, and if you hit it, it's going to throw you off and you're not actually going to wall ride. So this is the section that you actually want to hit the wall to do the wall ride along this this corner if you go that route. Okay, so these are the trucks I was talking about, or the vehicles I was talking about, to pick up a near miss. to use that nitro here to accelerate faster with the airtime, and then pick up a little extra with this truck. And again, you know, I screwed up this corner here royally, but that's okay. I explained to you what needed to be done, not what you should watch and do from me. Alright guys, so that was it. By following those steps, I did get a 121.590. It took me at least, I must say, at least 10 tries to get it. Something, you know, sometimes goes really wrong at the beginning, like that AI, the cars, etc. So there are a variety of things that can really mess up your run. So just be cognizant of that. It does all come together once you can get past the AI. And then just be conscious of your nitro and the corners you take, because this car can lose a lot of speed really quickly. This is one of the tougher tracks I find for the weekly competition to get into the top 1%. You know, when I started it, my first run was definitely a 123 and change. So it takes a little bit of practice, but once you get it down, you'll get it. So good luck, racers, and we'll see you in the top 1%.